So very warm afternoon to everybody. Here we are again in the briefing session for today. That is 24th of March, Tuesday. This side, Anurag, the Senior Client Success and Learning Manager, BMN Capital. And we are going to start the session to give you the clear direction of the market and reduce all the noise from the charts to help you in deciding the right trades which will give you more profits for today. So let's start with gold. So this is the H1 time frame which we have right now. You can see on my screen, right? Let me make it bigger. So these are the previous important zones which we have marked into our chart, right? And we have given the projections. And see over here, we've been expecting a small rebounds, but unfortunately, this doesn't happen. And prices have break this demand zone, right? Again, retested it and then continues to fall down, right? Right now, yesterday on the Monday, after a fall in the Asian session, in the start of the European session, we have seen the recovery, right? And if I mark the Fibonacci retracement by connecting this low and this high, so this will be the 50, exact 50 level from where the prices are taking a rebound, right? Now let's have a look over here. I've used the moving EMA of 21, right? And just at the EMA prices are right now hovering, right? And if you see the swing, so this is a high, this is a lower high. Again, we have a lower high formation. This is a low, this is a next lower low formations, right? But if you see this impulsive movement and this price action is still happening within the range of this strong impulsive movement which we seen, which is an indication that it is just a mere correction and still there is more upside room is available, right? So this is making my biasness toward the buy side, right? Although just to have the technical confirmation, I need to draw the trend lines, right, which have been broken by the market, right? uh, a very good candle. I need a retest. Once the retest is done, this is the latest which is being made by the market. Once this swing point is taken, which is at 4435, that will be the price point from where I think of taking the buy call by keeping my stop losses below the low of this, right? My first target would be this high, this extreme high over here, right? And then this would be my second target area, right? So let me mark this over here. So you can see that here we have an imbalance for SMC. We have the fair value gap and the last buying candle, right? So it's a perfect setup for the order block, right? Over here, right? You can see, and this is the level is 4653 and 4693. So I've been expecting prices to go up till this level. So let me give you the this, right? So I'm giving this projections by drawing an arrow. Just give me a minute. Okay, so from this swing point, if prices continues, so it will test this area, right? Because it's very hard to predict the structure that how they are going to make the swing, but high probability that if prices continues, then there will be a short reversal, right, towards the round side, then again the continuation. That continuation will be our entry point. So this is for gold. Now let's move on to the next asset classes. So now you have access. This is the H1 and see over here in the H1, I have placed the Fibonacci retracement and see this circle area, which I have marked by the light blue color. It's they have taken support at the 50 level and right now they are heading upwards, but lot of resistance are there, right? I've used lot of moving averages 55, 34, 21, right? Then 72 and then 156. So this bands which you can see, right, will act as a resistance, right? So prices might take a reversal from this because they have cleared this band. Now this band is the next target, which is the high point of this microstructure, right? That is the reason I've told you that once the correction is done, taking a buy call for the target of this zone would be good. Then there will be a reversal. Then again, there will be a continuation. And the next important resistance will come at the 156 moving average. So now let's have a look on a bigger time frame, that is H4. So on this H4, these are the two strong green candles which we have seen, right? And they have taken the high of the previous two strong bearish candle. So if I combine this, this is a pin bar setup on a bigger time frame, which is a indication of reversal. Then let's see that after this impulsive movement, bears have again tried to push the prices downward, but these exhaustions are telling us that somebody is aggressively accumulating those supply which is coming into the market. And right now this low has not been taken, and we have a two fractal formations over here towards the upside. So here we have the reference line, which might act as a trend line, right? We need to see. And right now prices are trading at a trend line, so the probability that prices will go up is quite high, right? So I've placed my buy stop from the above the fractal point, right? Above the high, right? Those who are aggressive, they can take the buy right now also. But I won't suggest that. But yes, the probability of prices to go up is quite high. Then if we have a look on the RSI, I've used two periods RSI. One is 5, one is 7. And if you connect this, so we have lower low formations, and over here almost equal bottoms have been formed. This is a classic bullish divergence which is being working right now. So but we need, for this divergence to confirm, we need a candle to breach this high. Once it is done, high probability that lot of bulls will come into the picture and they will push the prices upwards. Now let's have a look on the silver prices, right? So this is on a daily time frame. It's a very clean chart. I'm not using any indicator. This low has been taken, right? So we need to mark this low, right? Once I find this reference point, the second thing I'll find that I'll look into the history and try to identify that whether any kind of important structure is being located at the same zone. So I can see that over here we have a very good selling candle, right? Then we have an imbalance. Then we have a small fair value gap which already been mitigated, and this order block is also being tested, right? And you can see that this strong red candle, these three candles are within the range of this candle. So I need to mark this area, right, which is the outside vertical. Focus on this, right? So this area has been tested, and see how beautifully it has been respected. So yes, the probability that prices might go up is quite high. Second thing, if we see the latest price action, so here we have a strong wick, then again prices went down, sweep the liquidity, and then again they are rising their heads towards the upside. So the probability of a upside test is quite high. Now we need reference point or the resistance point where the prices might go or test the levels. So simple thing, everybody is fan of SMC right now. So over here we have an imbalance, right? And this is the high point, right, which might be taken by the market, right? So let me give you, so this high is at 82.50, and over here if I talk about the fair value gap, it's 78.28. So just focus on this area, right, and wait for the prices to breach this. Once it is done, we can take the buy call, right? So this is on a daily time frame. Now let's have a look on the H1 time frame. Same kind of structure which we have seen in the gold, same kind of structure is being forming in the silver, but here things are quite aggressive, right? Let me connect this. Same, the breakout has been done. Right now the retest phase is being almost going to complete. Now we have this swing point over here, right? I need clarity on this swing point. Once this swing point is cleared, and if prices after retesting it again going up, that will be the time to take the buy call, right? Yes, we can take it. And this dip might go below the low of this candle because here we have a very strong imbalance. So chances of reversal in the prices is quite high from this zone, right? This zone, right? To trigger our alternative scenario, if prices came back again inside it and give us a close below this zone, that means prices have confirmed and back into the zone, and they might continue to go downwards, right? So this is one thing. Now let's come on to the most hotspot topic or hotspot asset, which is driving all the prices of all the asset class. This is oil, right? So yesterday we have seen that lot of rumors around Trump tweets have been came, and we have seen a sudden fall into the prices, right? Prices haven't taken this low. Then again they have tried, then again tried, right? And now we have a small microstructure, right? What kind of microstructure? So let me remove everything from the chart to make the chart more visible and clear, right? Okay. Now focus on this area, right? We have this high point, right? low, lower high, and again the lower high, right? Let me mark this area and then this and this area. Okay. So this is a pole, this is a pennant, right? So if prices really wants to go down, I need a retest of this apex, right? So I'm marking this arrow, right? The apex has been located at 91.7. Okay, so we need to have a keen eye on into it, right? And let me uh, redraw my channel, right? So I'm drawing my channel and see it is still within the range of this, right? So let me make it till the current candle, right? So the probability that prices might go up is looking very promising. So I will wait for the prices to retest this. Once the retest of this apex is done, and if prices again getting a rejection and clear this low, right? This low, then that will be the exact price point from where I think of taking a sell call for the target of sweeping the liquidity which are resting below the low of this candle, right? This is first thing. Second thing, if you see the RSI 5, right? So prices went above the 70 level, overbought. Then within just two candles, all of a sudden we have seen a lot of strength and prices came back into the oversold area. That means this downside movement is limited, right? Now that is the reason which is making me more optimistic that there might be possibility that a short impulsive move towards the upside is into the charts, right? And there is still room available. So this is one thing, and same is the case with CCI. I've used the 14 period, right? But if you see this overbought area shape of the CCI, it is not that promising. It is not telling me that this is a reversal. It is telling me that it is just a correction, and again this kind of uh, top we need into the CCI to have a very good reversal into the prices which have not been formed yet. So the probability that there will be a new high point, and might be we will see that there will be divergence forming, and if divergence is forming from the midline of the standard deviation channel which I've drawn with blue line, that will be the point to take sell call. Okay, now have a quick look on the natural gas, right? So yesterday we've been discussing the natural gas and we've been expecting prices to go up, right? Within the range. They have broken this range, given the close below this. So it is very different what we are expecting. And right now they are trading at the lower band of the Bollinger Band. So this might act as a resistance, but the probability, if you see these two candles, these are the outside vertical formations or the bearish engulfing pattern. So the probability that prices might take a U-turn and go down below the low. If this happens, we can take short positions into the natural gas according to the daily time frame. Now let's have a microscopic look. So over here, very strong imbalance in the prices toward the downside, strong bearish candle, then a sideways consolidation. So right now there is no clear direction, but yes, we know that if prices went above, there are a lot of and very strong resistance, including the order block has been located, and this is the area which we have marked according to the daily time frame. So wait for the prices to test this area. If you find rejection, that will be the time you can take the sell call. If you see the Bollinger Band also, it is squeezing. That means right now the number of participants in the market are very less. So this is not a good sign, and this should not be into your watch list. But you should have a keen eye that what kind of developments we've been expecting and how the market is reacting to those developments. If things are going according to our hypothesis, right, which we have given, so we can take the short positions, right? And if they clear this area, then we think of taking a buy call. Now comes to the GBP USD, right? So this is the zone which we have marked, right, which is acting as a very strong resistance area. It starts from 1.3431 to 1.347075, right? And from here, see first rejection, then second rejection, then the third rejection. But the interesting thing over here, you can see the low, low, low. There is a higher low formations, right? That means prices are grabbing or collecting the liquidity right now. That is the reason market is right now sideways, right? So high probability that soon there will be a breakout, right? Now to identify in which direction the breakout will happen and in what specific data event, in the last, we're going to discuss the economic calendar and try to connect the technical theories along with the macroeconomic developments which we are looking into the economic calendar. Okay, so right now it is moving sideways and within the range, right? So probability that a lot of time this resistance have been tested and again buyers are pushing the prices upwards. That is the reason we are seeing the lower high formation. So the probability of a breakout toward the upside is quite promising, but before that there might be a false breakout toward the downside, right? So wait for it. If you see exhaustions, taking the buy from the dip is very good. Over here we have a very strong imbalance candle, a last selling candle, right? So wait for the prices to give you a very good discounted price to create a buy positions, right? If this doesn't happen, then the second scenario, that from here itself prices will trade within this range, and all of a sudden in the US session will have a breakout, and the 13th and 14th candle of the H1 time frame, according to the BMN Capital, the probability of a breakout is quite promising. Right now, we need to see that at that specific time, do we have any important data release, which we'll see later, right? Let's have a quick look on the USD. Same kind of structures we've been seeing into this, right? Yesterday we have lot of data. We've been expecting prices to test this area, right? Although we have marked this support area and prices have rebounds from here. Right now they are moving sideways and same kind of microstructures are forming, right? But here the lows are quite same, right? And if you see our RSI, so this is the low and this is the low. So you can see that here we have a hidden bullish divergence, and because of this, we have seen an impulsive movement. Three green candles or white candles we can see into the charts, right? This is the three white soldiers, and over here we have the three black crows, right? So still the market is trading within the range. So you need to mark this area. Breakout of this area is very promising. Now let's have a look on this three candles, right? Prices are still trading within the range of this candle. So here buyers have tried to push the prices upwards by making the three white soldiers, and still the prices are trading within the range of this candle. So if prices came down and give you a close below the low of this candle, there is no second thought of taking a buy call. It's a clear sell call, right? Whatever recovery they have given, right? The Euro USD, and same is the case with GBP USD. So high probability that prices might fall and come to our this last selling candle, which is the order block, right? Because lot of people are following the SMC concepts, their orders or they will get activated at this point of time when the price reaches this area. So keep this into mind if you're trading Euro USD today. Have a quick look on the USD CHF, right? So this is in the black background. So this is the fall. Prices try to go up and they are making a higher high and a lower high formations. But as compared to this move, this is very less. And this is the flag and this is the pennant or flag pattern, which is a bearish flag pattern. That means it is telling us a continuation toward the downside. Lot of people have identified this microstructure in the same way, and lot of people, if they are trading the same structure which we have discussed, so what they will do, that they know that prices will fall, they will keep their stop losses above this swing points, right? So if market wants to sweep the liquidity or hunt the stop losses, all of a sudden there will be a fall into the prices, and then again prices went up, make another swing high and then fall, right? So wait for it. And we have this high point in the RSI. We need another high point which should be lower than this high point, but over here we need a higher high formations. If divergence is forming, then we can take a sell call, right? So remember this microstructure. Right now there is no good trade is being confirmed, right? Although here bulls are still holding or saving their stop losses, right? So high probability that market is indicating that I'm going to go down and hunt the stop losses, or all the buyers who have kept their stop losses either below the this swing low or this swing low or this swing low, right? So the probability of a downside move is quite promising, but not right now, right? In the very next candle, if this low has been breached, you can trade the stop loss hunt thing, right? So we call this stop loss hunt strategy. So here the market will confirm that it is going to hunt the stop losses, and we help the market or the smart money to hunt the stop losses. So if this scenario happens or triggers, you know what you need to do into the market. Now let's have a quick look on the USD JPY, because USD JPY is the only pair, right? So although it is in daily time frame, but you can see that after making the bottom top over here, right, and breaking the trend line, market is still moving sideways, right? And if I connect this high with this high, right? So again, I have a symmetrical triangle formations, right? That means the market is contracting right now, and this is called the liquidity contraction currently, right? So yes, soon there will be a breakout, and the probability, by looking at the price patterns, so the probability, right, if we see the futures performance of this kind of pattern is towards the upside is quite high. But yes, fundamental events are going to play a very important role. Second thing, if you see the RSI, so we have the higher high formations. Here we have the lower low formations, which is a bearish divergence, which haven't worked, right? So that is an indication that lot of people have taken sell call. Yesterday also we have seen fall into the prices. They are holding their stop losses above, right? So might be possibility that it may go up if this low is not broken. If prices went down below this low, right? So the probability that this low would be taken. So we will take sell call in the USD JPY. If this doesn't happen in today's daily candle. So the low of the previous day candle has not been taken. So we don't think of taking a sell call. We'll avoid it, but we'll keep USD JPY into our watch list to see in which direction it is going to give us a breakout, because from here we can catch a very good movement into the USD JPY prices. Now let's move on to the next segment of our market, that is the indices. So for indices, I am taking first the US 30, right? Same like Euro USD, same kind of structure I can see, right? So very strong candle cleared all these zones which we have marked, right? And to be very precise, see this area, okay? This area have been taken, right? Even this imbalance also have been tested. All of a sudden there is a strong rejection into the prices. Again, buyers have tried to push the prices upwards, again tested this zone, and again they fell down, right? So just to take the reference, I need to mark this high and this high and draw my Fibonacci retracement and see the 50 level and almost the 61.8, which is the golden Fibonacci ratio, have been tested by the market. If I connect this low and this low, this is the trend line, right? This is the trend line which is being right now into the charts, right? So I need a retest. Once the retest is done, and again the prices are heading upwards, right? Now let's have a look over here. We have imbalance in the prices, which is the fair value gap, which is being tested. Now here we have the order block setting. So whenever, it's my observation that whenever I see this kind of doji formations, so the close, right, or the body of this candle is act as a very important magnetic area and have all the strength to push the prices again upwards, right? And for the downside, push the prices downward, right? So as per my observation, the probability that prices might come up to this level, right? What is this level? This level is at 45970, right? So I'll wait for the prices to reach this area, and from here, if continuation is conveyed to me by the market, so I'll take a sell call. If there is a rebound into the prices, then I take a buy call, but I place very conservative trade, and I'll keep my buy stop orders above the swings, right? This swing point. Now, in the last, we have the BTC USD, that is from the crypto market. See this trend line. We've been expecting prices went down, makes the two candles, and yesterday we have seen a strong impulsive move. Successfully gives me the close above the high of the previous day candle, which is a sign of strength coming into the buyers, right? And I've given the projection that still this area needs to be tested. So this area starts from the 78,000 level to 80,000 level, and I'm still waiting, right? So although previous day high has not been taken, so I'm waiting for the prices to clear the liquidity, right? Because if we see on a smaller time frame, because of this exhaustion, a lot of people have taken a sell call, right? So once their liquidity is swept, and after that also, if buyers are coming into the picture, that is a sign that buyers are in control right now and they have all the strength to test this area. Then I'll jump with the buyers and take the positions into the buy side. So that's all from the technical section of this report. We have covered all the important market segments along with the uh, thesis which we have drawn, and I've given you the probability that in which direction the market goes. So please remember this. You'll find this video on YouTube also. If you have any questions, ask your questions in the comment box. Now let's move on to the last segment of our report, that is the economic events for today. So let me let me share it with you. Just give me a minute. So now you have access to my screen, right? And these are the economic events. So, but before we discuss Tuesday's event, I need to see what happens on Monday because we have discussed a lot of things. See, I've told you that 3 month, 6 month bill auctions are very important, right? Short-term bills. And see, previously it was 3.61 and they have increased to 3.63. This is 3.57 6 month bill auction and it is increased to 3.63. That means the bond interest are rising, right? And that is a very surprising factor for the market. If you have a look on the foreign exchange reserve for Turkey, which we have discussed, and I put a lot of emphasis on it. Previously, it was 62.77 billion, and right now it is 55.49 billion, right? High probability because Turkey is holding lot of gold reserve. Somebody have sold its gold positions right now, and that is the reason we have seen a surprising 7 billions of fall into the foreign exchange reserves. And maybe because of energy prices, but because this is Turkey, they have uh, excessive oil, gas, and other things, right? So they don't require that much foreign reserve to buy oil or energy. Now focus on this bond auctions at 440 because this is the time when we have seen a sudden spike into the prices in gold, in Euro USD, in GBP USD, in USD JPY. All the market segment have reacted at this data at 4:40 p.m. Just go to your chart and see. Right, this is the IST time, Indian Standard Time at 4:40 p.m. Right, convert the time according to your time zone, and you'll be surprised that what happens. Previously, they are offering only 2.45% of interest rate, which they have increased with 3%. Here 3.24%, here 3.40%. Bond interest have surged, right? Tremendously. So these are the bond auctions, right? Now I just click on this, and if I go to the ECB, I can get the access to that data, that how many people have participated in this bond auction and how much money they have accumulated. I'm talking about European central banks, right? So that is the surprise of the market. And just after that, we have this data. Now let's come on to today's data. So I'm not discussing which data which are already been released because prices have already discounted that and already reacted on that. Now we need to have a focus on the data which are still pending to be released. So for me, this 3 p.m. data of bond auction for the South Africa is important because everybody directly or indirectly buys lot of minerals from South Africa, especially gold. Then we have the S&P Global Manufacturing PMI data, right? Above 50 means economy is performing very good. Expansion is in happening in that economy. So it's a good sign. And this is for the Great Britain, right? And then again, we have the gilt auction. Yesterday also we have. So that will be a surprise for the GBP USD. And we have seen that sudden price sideways movement and a fall or a rise into the prices is going to happen at this point of time, right? Then we have the 5 year bubble auction for the Germany bonds. So these are the data which you have to keep into consideration if you're trading into GBP pairs or into the Euro pairs, right? Then for Canada, we have the business barometer. It's a sentimental data. So it will tell us that how the business climate of Canada is right now doing, right? If it is doing good, it's a good sign for the Canadian dollar. Then 430 CBI distributive trades, same like the PMI data, they have this data, and this is the data which is going to impact the UK 100 indices also and the pounds also. Now let's come on to the US, right? US session, and we have the ADP employment change weekly. Labor market data are the most important data for today, right now. Then we have the non-farm productivity, unit labor cost, right? So all this data are very important if we really want to understand whether the inflation is rising or decreasing, or it might rise, right? Once we have understanding of this, then we can predict that whether the Fed is going to cut the interest rate or increase the interest rate or hold the interest rate, right? And according to this scenario, we need to design a strategy. If you want to know more that how to trade all these three scenarios, so comment scenario into my YouTube comment section, and I'll share you a PDF file which will give you the idea how to trade those scenarios, right? Then New York Fed bill purchase 1 to 4 months. We've been continuously covering this, right? So consensus that they will buy back the short-term bills, and New York is only having that power, and the New York president have the permanent voting right in the Fed meeting. So they are buying short-term bills to reduce the debt, right? So this is called the balance sheet rebalancing, right? They are rebalancing their debt right now. So for that, they are buying back their things. So we need to have an eye on this, right? So for this, US need money, right? And might be possible because we have seen the ETF data. So North America is the largest seller of gold, the fall which we have seen in the gold, right? So the majority of ETF selling is coming from the North America, right? In a single day, they have shorted 6.8 billion. That means they have booked the profit in 6.8 billion, right? Worth of dollars, right? Equivalent to that position, they have booked the profit, and that is the reason we have seen the fall into the prices. So we need to see and we need to understand that from where the US is accumulating surplus money to settle this debt, right? Because they need money to run their country also, and they need money to buy back their bonds also, right? To reduce the national debt. Then we have, after this data, we these two speeches are very important, right? And both this persons are going to discuss lot of things related to this event which is happening, right? So ECB Sipolin speech and Bank of England Pill speech. So we need to watch this. We'll get a hint, right? Lot of things we can't understand, but these guys can understand, right? That why the New York Fed have taken this action, why they have increased purchase or decreased purchase. So we'll get insight, right? Of dollar, and what dollar is doing, they also going to follow the same thing. Then we have the S&P Global PMI data. So this will be the most turbulence time. At this time, don't take trade. Watch the market, how the market is reacting. Once this is done, after 7:30, you will find very clear direction, and all the breakouts in the indices and the other USD and gold which we have discussed. You'll find those things happening into the market at this point of time. So keep this into mind. Then again, we have the ECB lend speech. So we'll give focus on this speech also. And in the last, we have the 2 year note auction. So 2 year, 5 year, and 10 year note auctions are very important, especially if you are trading into precious metals, right? Because bond market and the precious market are directly correlated. If you miss one part, you're going to make blunder into trading, right? So don't do that. So we need to see, and we need to focus on money supply also, right? So previously it was 22.44 trillion. That means they have injected that much money into the US economy. If they are increasing more money, high probability inflation is going to rise, and we'll understand that they here, right, they are printing more money, they are doing quantity easing. It's a very bad sign for dollar, and you'll see gold prices will get strength, right, if this figure comes more than this, right? So we need to have a keen eye on. So for me, the most important data for today is going to release at 10:30 p.m., right? So that's all for my side. I hope you enjoyed today's sessions. I tried to cover all the important things and connecting the dots and giving you the right fabric of the market. Right now you have your canvas, design your trading, your portfolio, your strategies, right? Whatever informations which I have delivered on this briefing session to you will surely going to help you. So that's all for my side. Stay knowledgeable, stay informative related to latest development, and for that you can follow our official Telegram Beerman Insights channel, where you'll find all the latest development and the interpretation of these speeches over there. So this side, Anurag, thank you all of you for attending today's sessions. Have a great trading day ahead. Thank you. Bye bye.